Hello guys, welcome to another video here on Introduction to Cybersecurity. We already covered the Introduction to Cybersecurity model, Introduction to Offensive Security model, and we're currently here on Introduction to Defensive Security. Without further ado, we're jumping into the first room here, which is Intro to Digital Forensics. Basically on the Introduction to Defensive Security, we want to learn the defensive security by using digital forensics in an investigation and applying security operations to solve or to stop a live cyber attack. Without further ado, this is introduction or the intro to digital forensics. In this room, we are going to learn about digital forensics and related processes and experiment with a practical example. Now, task 1, introduction to digital forensics. This looks like a crime scene we usually see in a movie, and we can see basically how the crime scene looks like. Now, forensics. Forensics is the application of science to investigate crimes and establish facts. With the use and spread of digital systems such as computers and smartphones, a new branch of forensics was born to investigate related crimes, and that was computer forensics, which later evolved into digital forensics. So previously it was computer forensics. Now think about the following scenario. The law enforcement agents arrive at a crime scene. However, part of this crime scene includes digital devices and media. Digital devices include desktop computers, laptops, digital cameras, music players, and smartphones. Now, to name a few, digital media includes CDs, DVDs, USB, flash, memory drives, and external storage. A few questions arise. Now, how should the police collect digital evidence, such as smartphones and laptops? What are the procedures to follow if the computer and smartphones are running? Now, how to transfer the digital evidence? Are there certain best practices to follow when moving computers, for instance? How to analyze the collected digital evidence? Personal device storage ranges between tens of gigabytes to several terabytes. How can this be analyzed? Okay. Now, assuming this employee is suspected in the figure above, as you can see in this figure above, now we can quickly see the digital devices that might be of interest to an investigation. We notice a tablet over here, a smartphone, a USB flash memory, in addition to a desktop computer, this is a desktop computer. A flash drive is over here. Oh, this is flash drives here. Okay. Now, any of these devices might contain a trove of information that can help with an investigation. Processing these as evidence would require digital forensics. Now, more formally, digital forensics is the application of computer science to investigate digital evidence for legal purpose. Now, digital forensics is used in two types of investigations. One, public sector investigation. Here we refer to the investigations that are carried out by government and law enforcement agencies. They would be part of a crime or civil investigation. Two, we have private sector investigations. Refer to the investigations carried out by corporate bodies. By assigning a private investigator, whether in-house or outsourced, they are triggered by corporate policy violations. Now, whether investigating a crime or a corporate policy violation, part of the evidence is related to digital devices and digital media. This is where digital forensics come into play and tries to establish what has happened. Without trained digital forensics investigators, it won't be possible to process any digital evidence properly. Consider the desk in the photo above. In addition to the smartphone, cameras, and SD cards, what would be interesting for digital forensics? Smartphones, camera, SD cards. Of course, we can see a computer here. So, or we could just call it a laptop. So the answer should be a laptop, and that answers it. Task 2. Task 2, digital forensics process. Okay, now as a digital forensics investigator, you arrive at a scene similar to the one shown in the image above. What should you do as a digital forensics investigator? After getting the proper legal authorization, the basic plan goes as follows. 1. Acquire the evidence. Now, collect the digital devices such as laptops, storage devices, and digital cameras. Note that laptops and computers require special handling if they are turned on. However, this is outside the scope of this room. 2. Establish a chain of custody. Fill out the related form appropriately. There's a sample form here. Now, the purpose is to ensure that only the authorized investigators had access to the evidence and no one could have tampered with it. I see that a lot in court. If the chain of custody is tampered with, there's a lot, it might affect the investigation process. 3. Place the evidence in a secure container. Now, you want to ensure that the evidence does not get damaged. In the case of smartphones, you want to ensure that they cannot access the network, so they don't get wiped remotely. Now, 4. Transport the evidence to your digital forensics lab. Now, at the lab, the process goes as follows. 1. Retrieve the digital evidence from the secure container. Now, create a forensic copy of the evidence. Now, the forensic copy requires advanced software to avoid modification or to avoid modifying the original data. That's why I have a forensic copy. Now, 3. Return the digital evidence to the secure container. You will be working on the copy. If you damage the copy, you can always create a new one. Now, start processing the copy on your forensic workstation. The above steps have been adapted from Guide to Computer Forensics and Investigations, the 6th edition. More generally, according to the former director of the Defense Computer Forensics Laboratory, Ken Zatsko, digital forensics include proper search authority. Now, investigators cannot commence without the proper legal authorities. 2. Chain of custody. This is necessary to keep track of who was holding the evidence at any time. Validation with mathematics. Using a special kind of mathematical function called a hash function, we can confirm that a file has not been modified. 4. Use of validated tools. The tools used in digital forensics should be validated to ensure that they work correctly. For example, if you are creating an image of a disk, you want to ensure that the forensic image is identical to the data on the disk. 5. Repeatability. The findings of the digital forensics can be reproduced as long as the proper skills and tools are available. Reporting. The digital forensics investigation is concluded with a report that shows the evidence related to the case that was discovered. It is essential to keep track of who is handling it at any point in time to ensure that evidence is admissible in court of law. What is the name of the documentation that would help establish this? I keep mentioning that it's the chain of custody. That should be the document, of course. Chain of custody document, and this ensures that. Correct. And lastly, task 3. Task 3, here we're going to do a practical example of digital forensics. Looks like I might need to. Do I need to start my? Yes, I think I do. I need to start the machine, virtual machine, and I will be downloading tax files. Okay, I think it's downloaded. Ransom letter. Okay, let's see. All right, let's go on. Now, everything we do on our digital devices, from smartphones to computers, leaves traces. Let's see how we can use this in the subsequent investigation. Our cat, or Gado, has been kidnapped. Our cat, which is Gado, has been kidnapped. The kidnapper has sent us a document with their requests in MS Word document format. We have converted the document to PDF format and extracted the image from the MS Word file for your convenience. Now you can download the attached file to your local machine, which I did. I think I won't be using that. And however, for your convenience, we have added the files to the attack box. So once it's loaded, I'll use that. To follow along, open the terminal on the attack box, then go to the directory root rooms introduction to digital forensics and intro digital forensics, okay, as shown below. In the following terminal output, we changed to the directory containing the case files. So cd root rooms, we get there, ls to see all the files. Now, document metadata. When you create a text file txt, some metadata gets saved by the operating system, such as the file creation date and last modification date. However, much information gets kept within the file's metadata. Now, when you use a more advanced editor, such as MS Word, there are various ways to read the file metadata. You might open them with their official viewer or editor, or use a suitable forensic tool. Note that exporting this file to other formats such as PDF would maintain most of the metadata of the original document, depending on the PDF writer that you use, of course. Now let's see what we can learn from the from the PDF file. We can try to read the metadata using the program PDF info on our Linux here. Now, PDF info displays various metadata related to PDF files, such as title, subject, author, creator, and creation date. The attack box already has PDF info installed. However, if you are using Kali Linux and don't have PDF info installed, you can install it using sudo apt install utils. Now, consider the following example of using PDF info. Document.pdf. So you have this, you have creator, and so on and so forth. More details about more like the metadata of that particular PDF. Now, the PDF metadata clearly shows that it was created using MS Word for Office 365 on October 10, 2018. I mean, so October 10, 2018. This was the creation date, and it was created by Office 365. Now, use PDF info, find out the author of the attached PDF file. So that's the first question. Now, let's get to action. Open up our terminal, and initially our file is stored in root and room. So I'll just navigate to root and room. I think rooms. Is that it? Let me see. Oh, I see, it's capital letter. I should complete it now. Enter. We are there on that directory, ls, and here we go. Oh, I'm supposed to also move into intro log analytics. That's not it. Intro digital forensics. Okay. Alright, so you have to move into that one as well. Intro digital. Hit tab, complete, enter. Now ls, we can see the document here. So we have letter image.jpg, ransomletter.doc, ransomletter.pdf. So this is the one we'll be using, ransomletter.pdf. So we just use PDF info. Sorry, PDF info, right? Yeah, okay. PDF info. Tab, complete, and then the document we want to look at here is the ransomletter.pdf. Complete, enter, and here we go. So title, pay now, subject, we have Gato, which is name of the cat, author Angry Shepherd. So I think the author here is Angry Shepherd. I will just copy that and paste. Ctrl Shift C and paste. Submit. That should be the answer, correct? Now, photo XIF data. Now, XIF stands for exchangeable image file format. It is a standard for saving metadata to image files. Whenever you have a photo, with your smartphone or with your digital camera, plenty of information gets embedded in the image. Now, the following are examples of metadata that can be found in the original digital images. Now, camera model, smart model, that smartphone model, date and time of image capture, photo settings such as the focal length, aperture, shutter speed, and ISO settings. Now, because smartphones are equipped with a GPS sensor, finding GPS coordinates embedded in the image is highly probable. Now, the GPS coordinates, that is latitude and longitude, would generally show the place where the photo was taken. Now, there are many online and offline tools to read the EXIF data or EXIF data from images. One command line tool is EXIF2. EXIF2 is used to read and write metadata in various file types such as JPEG image. The attack box already has the EXIF2 installed. Now, however, if you're using Kali Linux and don't have EXIF2 installed, you can install it using the sudo apt install libimage-exif2-pl. Now, in the following terminal window, we executed exif2 image.jpg to read all the exif data embedded in the image. Now, putting on that command, you see information more like the GPS positions and all that. Now, if you take the above coordinates and search one of the online maps, you will learn more about this location. Searching Microsoft Bing Maps or Google Maps, I might want to use open this in new folder. I might use that later. So if we search this coordinate, reveals that this coordinate indicates that the image was taken very near to the Museum of London. We only replaced DG with the degree sign for our search to work. Okay, we noticed that the coordinates were converted to decimal representation of the search page like this. Now, using xfill2 or any similar tool, try to find where the kidnappers took the image they attached to their documents. What is the name of the street? Now, let's clear this and use the xfill2. So using the ls, I'm looking at the letter -image jpeg file here. So let's use the exif2 exif tab. Let me see, exif2. I'm looking at letter -image.jpg or jpg complete. Hit enter and let's see what we have. Okay, I think we have a lot of information here. Lots of information, create dates and so on, modify dates, hyperlinks and everything, but more interested here on the GPS position here, 51 degrees. Okay, I think I need to convert this. This is one of the, we'll get the GPS position, then we'll convert that. Let me see if there's any other information I need. What is the model name of the camera I used to take this photo? You know what, let's just quickly pick the GPS location here. GPS location, copy that, Ctrl Shift C, use a different one. Let me use Bing. Let's see. Alright, it means I have to change this to 51 degrees. That's the only thing I need to do, and 0 degrees. Degree, let me just, what button can I use here? Let me see if I can just copy this. Okay, 5131, is that the same thing? Okay, so 51 degrees, 31, 30, 51 point this. Not 0 degree. Let me see, enter. Okay, so searching this, I'll just close this one. I'll use this Bing map. This looks more better. So the question is, using xfill2 or any similar tool, try to find where the kidnappers took the image they attached to the document. What is the name of the street? Street name. Street name. Milk Street. And see here, wrote in the postal code Milk Street. Wow, this kind of took a toll on me. So Milk Street, perfect. I finally got the answer. Now the last question is, what's the model? What is the model name of the camera used to take the picture? So I'm going to gently scroll from the bottom here to see model. Although I saw a model here, but I didn't know why it wasn't giving an answer. So slowly scroll. I'm looking for model. Here we are from the very top. And I seem to not see the model. Camera model name. Just took it all on me. Canon EOS RC, and C, Ctrl C, and here we go. And that's the answer. Yeah, this was quite an interesting room here on the forensics room. It was quite interesting, the intro to digital forensics. Thank you for learning with me. Thank you for studying with me. I'll see you guys in the next video, and do have a lovely day. Bye bye.